Gentlemen, I have the proud privilege in inviting Professor Javed Musarrat, Vice-Chancellor, Baba Ghulam Shah, Badshah University, Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir. Please put your hands together to welcome.
Shri Pramod Kumar Pathak ji, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, the Chief Guest for the function, my fellow Vice Chancellors, other dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I appreciate and say my thanks to the organizers for inviting me to this valedictory function. It's great that the Ministry of Ayush celebrates Unani Day on 11th of February every year in memory of the legendary Unani scholar, a freedom fighter, a great social reformer, Hakim Ajmal Khan. As an educationist, I salute this great person for his exemplary contribution in foundation of many educational institutions of eminence. One of those is the Jamia Millia Islamia, which he headed as a chancellor back in 1920 and left us for heavenly abode while in office in 1927. His contribution for promotion and sustained development of Unani system of medicine in the country and abroad is unparalleled and shall always be remembered. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to be here before you on this great occasion of the culmination of this two-day international conference on a very important theme. Healthcare, as we all know, is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. However, there is an issue that the government of India is spending on the healthcare is only to the tune of 1.4% of the GDP, which is much, much lesser compared to what United States spend, that is around 17%. But there is a ray of hope that the government has now planned to improve the spendings to the tune of 2.5% of the GDP by 2025. I see a great hope with the promotion and development of Unani system of medicines and other traditional system of medicines in India, which is revolutionizing the healthcare system. And that is the reason that the World Health Organization has recognized this system back in 1976. WHO says that 80% of the population in developing countries relies on traditional system of medicines for the primary health care. And that's the reason that major health insurance agencies in the country have now considered Unani, Ayurveda and homeopathic treatment also within their domain. And besides that, the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana also extends a cashless benefit to the poorest of the poor for providing health care coverage of 5 lakhs per family per year. That will certainly give a boost, provided that the traditional medicinal system is also included in this, and I hope it is. If not, then it should be. Recently, I've heard that the Ministry of Ayush has issued an advisory that the coronavirus infection can be prevented using Ayurveda, Unani and homeopathy. And as a nature lover, I personally believe in this traditional system, which is primarily based on the natural products. The system of medicine, in fact, acts as a immunomodulator or immunity booster, and it can be used as a preventive measure against the deadly viruses. I remember during my childhood, my mother used to recommend us Khamira Marwarid as a prophylactic measure, and also sometime arsenic album when somebody in the family is having a viral infection of measles or smallpox or something like that. Well, as a scientist, I do have some concerns about their scientific validity. I wish that the researchers who are attending this conference should take it as a challenge and conduct careful clinical trials of these time-tested medicines and new herbal formulations on subjects with respiratory tract disorders or the cases infected with other viruses which have similar symptoms, like in case of influenza virus, which is symptomatically very similar to the coronavirus, which is a large family of zoonotic viruses transmitted from animals to human beings, and the symptoms are almost similar. Another issue that I would like to bring to your notice is the tuberculosis, which is one of the infectious diseases that is causing a big challenge because of the development of multiple drug resistance and also excessively resistance to multiple drugs there. This is a challenge, it's a terrifying situation, and 1/3 of the human population is estimated to be infected with the Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Well, many of the infected people are just the silent carriers, but about 5 to 10% of these infected people have a chance to develop tuberculosis, depending upon the level of their immunity. And there are several medicinal plants well known which provide prevention and as well as cure to this. So there is a need to do quality research, and my opinion, for medical sciences or for any other science, quality of research is in essence, and it is very essential that to provide the scientific evidences for these time-tested medicines that we use and recommend using modern tools and techniques and innovations. Translational research in Unani and other traditional medicines is the need of an hour. Therefore, validation and authentication is required for safe and effective formulations and adjunct therapies. The Government of India, as we all know, has already adopted the National Health Policy in 2017 to strengthen the health sector with the basic objective of health for all. So I firmly believe that it will certainly improve the quality of life with good health and well-being for the citizens of the country in particular and human race in general. So thank you very much once again for inviting me to this valedictory function and giving me an opportunity to express my views. Thank you very much once again. Thanks a lot.